Hi, my name's Paul Grogan and welcome to part 4 of my playthrough series of Book of Hours. We're going to pick up exactly where we left off. Lots of things happened in part 3 as I realised that I was missing certain things of the game, reading my own book, doing all sorts of things. So yeah, we're going to just dive in, find out where we're up to. We've got our Inks of Revelation skill, which is already level 2, and we've got our Path of Pilgrim. Both of those have been committed to the Tree of Wisdoms, which gave us some extra elements. So we've now got 3 Fet, 1 Health, 2 Fost, 1 Trist. Trist is the new one that we didn't have before. So we've got all sorts of things. One of the I've got lots of things to accomplish today. I want to write back to those lovely people at the where are they? The St. Ronwen's Trust, because they keep writing me letters to remind me that I haven't got back to them. And I've got the paper and I've got the ink, but I wasn't in the right mood. Maybe now we are. So we're going to go to here. We're going to take the letter. We're going to take the ink. And this time, do we have an element of the soul that we need? It either needs to be Edge, Grail, Moon, or Winter. And we have Trist. So we're going to use our Trist. The sea remains, the house remains, what else remains? We shall learn in time. I am something new, and in time I will learn what that means. We are going to write back to the people at St. Ronwen's Trust and say, I'm here. There you go. So that's happening. Right. Meanwhile, while that's happening, we've got some extra books that we need to consider. So let's just have a look at these because we've no idea what these are. Let's use some of our Fet because we've got loads of that. We could go for another walk on the mall if we wanted to. But one thing that I looked at is increasing our other skills. So we increased the Inks of Revelation to level 2. And we were able to do that by considering it and using another lesson. And potentially we could increase Inks of Revelation to level 3, but I want to see if we can increase Path of Pilgrim. To increase Path of Pilgrim, we need a lesson that contains either rose or scale. We don't have that. Okay, so I might keep this lesson for now, rather than using it on this one, because I think this one, having 3 lanterns and 2 moth, is quite nice, actually. And we have a book. This is the other thing that I got very excited about last time. We've catalogued this new book, which is Sunrise Awakenings, which requires 4 lantern to unlock. And we have a skill already with 3 lantern. So all we need to do is put 1 more lantern in there, and we're going to be able to master that book. We've already catalogued it. We need to master it. Mastering it is going to give us a lesson. The lesson's going to give us a skill. The skill's going to go on the Tree of Wisdoms. That's going to give us another element, and we're going to be able to do a whole host of extra stuff. But we also want Reverend Timothy again. So our mate, Tim, we're going to use one of our Fost. We now have 2 Fost. So that's going to open up some extra opportunities. Let's let the timers run. And what are we going to use Timothy for today? I think introduce us to the people at the pub. Oh, look at that. It's sunny today. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So, Reverend Timothy is here. And let's use him to introduce us to the people at the pub. Finally. So, Reverend Timothy's presence demands respect. So, we've not explored the pub yet. Now we're going to. Eventually, the other patrons unbend enough to let me buy them a pint and let me listen to them complain about the weather, even though it's sunny. I'll find a warmer welcome here next time. We've got a memory, solace, 2 heart and 1 sky. Not sure we're going to be able to do anything with that, although we do have some books that require sky. And sun is 2 sky. So with the sunny and that memory, that's 3 sky. If only we had 1 more sky, we could master that book as well. All sorts of stuff going on. Right, what's this extra book? This is Velletri Interviews, Interrogation of a Man named Lacombe, a former Nocturnal Branch Inspector, now identified as terminally Robbiegoid. Requires 6 heart. So that's going to wait for a minute. Okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to try to consider this? Are we going to try and master this? We need 4 lantern. we can totally do this because it's sunny, and we just put our skill in. Ah, so there's 5 lantern. So we've easily got the lanterns that we need, but you have to put some soul in. But we can just put anything. We'll just put whatever. Yeah, we're not really using our health for anything else, so we'll do that. Enough lantern to match the mystery lantern. Yeah, okay. So that's running. What's happening at the pub? Ah, the Sweet Bones has been the public house in Brankrug since Cromwell's time. Its history is notable. Its beer is not. Guests looking for discreet employment or for discreet assistance congregate in the snug. So, the pub, you can do a number of things there. First of all, you can make money. You drag any of your elements into here, and what it will do is you basically get 6pence. So it says, I've garnered enough mystique to tell fortunes for pennies. Undignified, perhaps, for the librarian of Hush House, but times are hard. Depending on which you drag in, if we drag the Fost in, it's basically saying I could offer help with correspondence and arithmetic. There's no school in Brankrug, and not everyone here knows their letters. So you can do that, and you'll get paid 6pence when you do that, and it will fatigue the element. Or alternatively, you can add money in, and if you add money in, then you are seeking unusual help, and there's a whole list of people that can randomly turn up, and you can do that with an element and money, or you can just put money in. If you put money in, you get a casual labourer. So there's all sorts of, in fact, it says a shilling. It needs to be a shilling. I think we can put a florin in. Yeah. So a florin will get changed. So in the summer, because we are now in the summer, it's a barber that comes by to keep the villagers kempt. A shilling will buy his services. So barbers offer moth and a little rose. So basically in summer it's a barber, in winter it's a different one. So you've got the seasonal workers, and then you've got the random ones. To get the seasonal one, you just need to put in 12pence. To get the random ones, the mystery ones, the unusual ones, you need to put an element in as well. And if we needed moth and rose, then that might be useful. Let's have a look. Do we need them? There's only one place on the board that we haven't unlocked yet, and that is the Cloistered Garden. Now, we remember Timothy's got 2 lanterns, so we don't actually need any special help to get into the Cloistered Garden. We just need Timothy. But we've used Timothy today because he's helped us gain access to the pub. So I think we've got all these elements. I think let's work. Let's do a bit of working. We're gonna do this. We're gonna tell fortunes for pennies. There you go. It's just a way of getting a little bit of extra money, because your money will run out as the game goes on. Now, weren't we writing a letter last time as well? Yes, we were writing a letter. Completely forgot about that. So we've replied. Yeah, we should have done this yesterday. So we've got the letter. It is a reply to the trust. I can take this to the post office to be dispatched to St. Ronwen's Trust. Once they know I've arrived, they'll send more funds. We've also got a memory of intuition, which is 2 moon. Didn't we need? Yeah, oh, we did. The collected Hush House lectures requires 4 moon. Can we get any other moon from anything else? No. Rats. I can't remember what Trist is. I'm going to have to write this down in my little book. I should have done this beforehand. I've written down the other ones, but I didn't write down what Trist did. Okay, so we've got the letter. We go back to the post office. Scroll, 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 drag. And we drag in the reply. Patience. Thus the mountain awaits the fall of the snow. Thus Monday awaits the death of the weekend. Thus the postmistress waits for me to purchase a stamp. Okay, nice. Needs to be 1 pence. I don't have 1 pence. I'll give her 6pence and hopefully she'll give me change. Stamp, envelope, send. Yes, she's given me 5pence back. Now I can expect visitors, correspondence, and a stipend from the trust every spring. Right. Awesome. So we've replied to them. They know that I'm here. That's good. That is good. So the pub, we're working in the pub to get some stuff. We can't have Reverend Timothy again. We're also working on mastering this book. Let's just let the timer run. Because I'm not sure there is anything else we want to do until this book has been mastered. Oh, it's running again. It's doing that thing where it does the timer and then it does another timer. Maybe this is the opportunity for you to add in those extra things if you didn't have enough. But thankfully we had more than we needed. So while that's running, we've probably finished working here. Yep, we have. And we've gained 2p. Or 2p. I thought you gained 6 from working. Anyway, we gained 2p. And we could put something else in if we wanted to, but I think I'm gonna hang fire for now because I think we're gonna need these elements. Yeah, let's use another element. What was it again? It's in here, and you just put the book in there and that in there. Now, different types of desk require different souls. This one requires Edge, Grail, or Moon. Is this a desk? Don't know whether this is a desk. No, it's not. No, that just dragged it to there. So that's not a desk. That's a telescope, obviously. It doesn't say desk. So it has to say desk for it to be a desk. Duh. But yeah, different ones require different souls to use. And we don't have a soul that will fit there yet. Okay, so let's let this timer run down. And this is going to master another book. If light were not silent, it would be music. If music were visible, it would be light. So, each day's light, Trog suggests, is faintly touched by the light of every past day. So in the light of every present day, we may begin to understand something of days to come. At least this appears to be his conclusion. But he stops in mid-sentence, apparently having lost patience with act of writing or possibly been ambushed. So that book is now mastered. I need a space to put my mastered books. Put it there next to the cup of tea. We've got our Rings of Revelation back. Our health is now fatigued, but we've gained a lesson in auroral contemplations and a memory of revelation, which is more lantern. But we can consider this. This is going to give us another skill. It's all about the skills now. Yeah. So, okay. So this is going to give us another skill, which we can then put into the Tree of Knowledge to get us another element, and the process repeats. Now, we do have lots of books, and I need to start... Yeah, my book that I've got with me, I need to start scribbling down a lot more notes about where things are going. We know exactly what we want to do tomorrow. This is very much one of those, just one more turn games. You're going to get addicted to this. Because it's like, the next day I can do this and do this. And then the next day I can do this and this. And there's always something to do. So we have gained Auroral Contemplation, which is a skill that has Edge to Lantern. We got lots of that. But let's lock it into the Tree of Wisdoms. Where's this one going to go? Okay, well, it will only go in one place. Because if you look at it, it's either Illumination or Nyctodromy. And Nyctodromy, we've already got something on there. Now, are we able to increase this to level 2? Oh, I've just had an idea. We could. So, we could absolutely put it in here. But, I just thought, if we increased this to level 2, we could put it here. I'm going to do that. So, we need to consider this with a lesson that has a matching aspect, which is this, followed by some effort. Yeah, and you need to fill every slot with memories and at least one lesson. We have a memory of revelation. There you go. So we are going to increase our auroral contemplations to level 2, which means we can slot it into this slot. And I don't know what this is going to do. This is new to me. It might just give us one more element. I don't know. But the important thing is, when you are upgrading skills, you don't have to use the exact same lesson. As long as the lesson matches one of the elements, then you can use it. So we used a lesson in Inks of Revelation to improve our, whatever it was, our auroral contemplations. So, that's done. Right. New territory for me here. We're going to drop this in here. Is it going to allow it? It is. So what is this going to get me? Fet. That's it. Nothing special, just more Fet. So we got 4 Fet. Great. Now Fet is Moth and 2 Rows. We've got 4 of it. If we had a book that required loads of rows to understand it, we'd be sorted. We'd be absolutely sorted. But Auroral Contemplation is 2 Edge and 3 Lantern. We got loads of Lantern. Any Lantern books that we find, we can understand them, no problem. But we've got a bit of other stuff now as well. So, that's there. We've got a tiny little bit more time left today, and we got 2 Fet, actually. So, let's put another book in there. Is it going to let us consider a book? No, I need to zoom in a little bit more. There you go. Let's put that in there. Yeah, because there are 2 more books that we haven't catalogued yet. And in fact, is there more? No, I think that's it. And tomorrow we'll get Timothy and we'll explore the garden. That's what we're going to do. And we can go to the pub as well, and we can speak to people in the pub and see what they want to tell us. Okay. So, what's this book? This is The Republic of Teeth. It requires 6 scale to master that. So that's not going to happen. Have we got time for another one? Ooh, we might just sneak in time for another one. Bit of late night reading. This book was probably written around the time of Hush House's baronial period, from the 1500s to the 1700s. If I examine it, I can learn more about what knowledge it might contain. Yeah, lots and lots of background lore in this game, not necessarily related to the narrative, but just nice if you like that kind of thing. The Queen's Turn, a 16th century translation of the Barrow Child's account of Largia's turn, when Largia, the Queen unsated, was offered the opportunity to enter the service of the Hours of the Triple Knot, as long as she repudiated her brother lover Antaeus. Right, okay. It requires 10 moon. Yeah, so that can go on the floor for now. We've spent all of our stuff. That's the end of the day. We're going to play one more day in this playthrough. Well, we'll see how we get on for time. Our memories are going to go. I don't think we could have used those memories. We may have been able to, but who knows. Right, look at all this stuff. We got 4 Fet. I'm going to wait to see what the weather's like today. It's sunny. Right. Oh, only we had a book that needed lantern. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to consider this last book. And we're going to use one of our Fet because we've got 4 of it. I'm also, because you are going to run out of money in this game. So, since we've got lots of Fet, I'm just going to go here and earn a couple of coins. Why not? And we're also going to speak to Reverend Timothy to get him to come and help us for a day. Right. So they are our initial things that we're doing. I don't think we... And then we'll use Timothy to unlock the garden. Yeah. So we've got Timothy. Right. Okay. Let's go back to the house. Go to the garden. Let's put Timothy in. Unlock the garden. Right. Do we want to go for another walk on the moor? Don't think we do. Right. This is the final book that we have found which hasn't been catalogued. And it is On Imperfections. Poemander, Lightsmith and Lantern Long describe the process of transinhabitation, which he calls a manifestation of imperfection. It requires 10 knock. Okay, so let's collect those. And I'm just going to write down in my own little book what Trist does. Trist is 1 moon and 2 moth. So moon and 2 moth. Okay, so let's just have a reminder of what books we've got. This requires 4 moon. I also need to write down my skills. So we've got 2 moth there in that skill. It's 3 lantern and 2 moth. In this one, we've got 2 rose and a scale. And in this one, we've got 2 edge and 3 lantern. So do we have a book that's going to require rose or edge? I don't think we do. I don't know. Are these books randomly determined? Because we don't seem to be getting good ones for us. Then again, we got a few last time. So this requires 6 heart. We haven't got that. That's a no chance. Let's put that back on a bookshelf somewhere. Oh, it's turned circular. Why is it gone circular? I don't know. This one requires 4 moon. So we have 1 tryst. That's it. Any of these give us moon? No. So forget that. We're not going to be able to understand that one anytime soon either. The next one requires 4 sky. Well, it's sunny. There's 2 sky. We have Fost. Fost is 1 sky. Inks of Revelation, Path of Pilgrim, Auroral Contemplation. No, they are not sky. But what we were going to do, we were going to try and have a lie down and recover our Fost in the bed. So where is our fatigued Fost? Where's our cup of tea gone? We had a cup of tea. I put it here. So this is, I think, I mean, that looks like a pot. Do we drag the pot to there? Okay. So is that going to just pour 1 cup of tea? Yes. Okay, so we now got a half pot of tea. Nice. So we have a cup of tea. We're going to restore our Fost with the cup of tea. Nice. So we're just going to have a nice lie down in the bed and have a cup of tea. That will get us our Fost back. Fost is 1 sky. So 2 Fost is 2 sky. And with sunny, that's 4 sky. That might be enough to understand the locksmith's dream, portions and proportions. We will see. We will see. Any other books to catalogue? I don't think there is. Let's just have a quick reminder of these books. That requires 6 sky. Well, I think we're going to struggle to get to 4. That requires 6 forge. No chance. That requires 12 moth. You gotta be kidding me. And that requires 4 knock. Yeah, we don't have anything with knock. What was that? That was a noise. Something happened. Was that us at the pub? I think that might have been us at the pub. Yes. Okay, so you get a noise that's an alert. Not enough, though. I'm going to use my health in the pub. So, yeah, there's not much work on offer in Brankrug, but I can find 6pence worth of odd jobs. Ah, that's where I got the 6 from. So if you use health in the pub to do manual labour, you get 6pence. That's going to keep our funds high. Oh, here we go. This is what's happened. Lots of rooms have unlocked. So first of all, let's have a look at this new place. This is St. Brandon's Cloister. The sisters and brothers of the abbey built these gardens in the 13th century, at the height of the period we now call Solar Gothic. Walk here a while and breathe the peace they left. And we've got 2 things we can click on. Sea holly in summer, blue crown in winter. Anything else? Right, so we can put effort and knowledge in, except we don't. It needs to be a skill with the nectar, which thematically makes sense. They all these terms seem like just weird, abstract, and wonderful terms, but actually they're not. Nectar is about the green wealth in the world's veins, the pulse of the seasons. So in order to do gardening, you need knowledge of nectar, but I don't have any such skill, so that's not going to happen. But we've unlocked these. So the walled garden requires 4 edge and 4 nectar. Right, we finally found somewhere we can't go with Reverend Timothy, because Reverend Timothy has got 1 knock and 2 lantern. So he's going to have to be buffed by giving him some items or talk to him about some memories or something like that, or a different assistant, because other assistants are available. There's also the Long Tower first floor. To get into there requires 3 lantern and or 3 winter. So we can do that with Timothy's only got 2 lantern, but we can buff Timothy with something, like talk to him about the sunny weather. That would allow us to explore there. This would all be, of course, tomorrow. And then we've got the first true threshold. I've reached the threshold of the house proper. The librarians of the Curia were scholars of note. Some were potent adepts. From here I should proceed carefully, observing the proper forms, making the appropriate offerings. The villagers and other locals know the ways of the earth and sea hereabouts. Their assistance will be invaluable. 3 knock or 3 rows. So we could potentially get into there too. That will be for later. Much, much later. Right, what are we doing now? I've forgotten. I've lost track. Have we used Timothy today? Yes, we used Timothy to unlock the garden. And we can't go gardening because we don't have any appropriate skills. We're doing some manual labour in the pub at the moment. Weren't we going to catalogue a book? I think we're all trying to master this book. That's what we were going to do. We were going to try and master this. Oh, we wanted our Fost back. That was it. Okay, we're having a lie down and having our cup of tea. I assume this is going to restore our Fost. Yes. So we've got our 2 Fost, and it's sunny. That, collectively together, is the 4 sky that we need. Okay, and we've also got these objects, and these objects sometimes, that one has sky, for example. So, we are going to consider the locksmith's dreams, portions and proportions. So we need to put a soul in, and you can put any soul in, but we want to put a soul in that has sky on it, which is Fost, because now that's 1 to the 4. And this is the thing, if you're lucky you might still succeed. We haven't got a skill. No, we do have a skill. We can put any skill in there, but if it isn't a skill that has sky on it, there's no point putting it in there. But a memory, we're going to put sunny. So, we've not got enough mastery. We've got 3 sky, we need 4 sky. But... See, I'm using knowledge from a previous playthrough. What's going to happen is this is going to start counting down, and then after a minute, it's going to give us an opportunity to add more stuff. But it's not completely fixed what you get to add. And if it gets us to add a memory, we don't have a memory with the sky. So I'm going to risk it. We're going to start the countdown running, and we'll speed it up a bit, because nothing happens for the first 60 seconds. But then, when it realises you don't have enough... In fact, I think it just runs a second time anyway. Right, there you go. So what's happened is, it's unlocked this. So I think this is random, and it's given us 3 opportunities to add extra effort with soul. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't have been able to add a soul. But sometimes you'll get to add extra memories. Sometimes you'll get to add items. That's where the random chance comes in. As it is... it is giving us a chance to add another element of soul, and thankfully we have Fost, which has sky, and that's the 4. That's the 4 we need to master this. This is, what, 3 books that we've mastered recently? Okay, don't quite know why it does this. Oh, that was the first chance. It's now giving us the second chance. We don't need to add anything else. Okay. Didn't give us the third chance. So, in this volume, Galmia records fewer dreams and explicates more of her own elaborate theories. We see this again and again. What is below can't escape what is above. The finest artisans all dream of the white door in the end. I'm no artisan, only a scholar. I think there's a secret that all these artisans know, but I think that secret is only half the story. So, our Fost is fatigued, but we've gained a confounding parable memory, which has got 2 moon, 2 rose, and 2 sky. Didn't we have a book that needed 4 moon? We do. Right, and we've gained a lesson in lockworks and clockworks. So we're totally reading the lesson first, because that is going to give us a skill, and if that skill gives us moon, combined with the confounding parable, we might be able to unlock another book. I think at this point in the playthrough, if you've watched this series and you are now up to, what's this, part 4, you will now know whether you like this game or not. I think, to be honest, these first 4 parts that I filmed are the most important parts to give you an idea of what the game is about. I'm going to carry on doing them, but I think if you wanted to experience this game yourself, this is the point where I think you've seen enough. If you only saw videos 1 and 2, you're probably, you know, I don't know. I mean, if you're watching this video, you clearly didn't just watch 1 and 2. But for those people who did just watch 1 and 2, they might have switched off and thought, this game's too weird, I don't understand what's going on. The last 2 episodes have definitely been where we've really started unlocking what's important in this game. So, Lockworks and Clockworks is a skill that we've just acquired, and unsurprisingly, it gives us Knock 2. It also gives us Sky 1. Could have done with that a minute ago. Do we have a book that requires Knock to unlock it? It does. It's this one. We've got another book. So this requires Knock 4. We have Knock 2 here. I don't think we've got Knock on any of our elements. No, and we don't have any... Yeah, we don't have any memories of Knock, so we can't open that. And again, if we start it, in fact, it's not going to allow us to start it, but if we started it, the timer would run, and then we'd be given this random opportunity to add in more stuff. We don't have the more stuff to add in. I'd have to look around to see if there's items with the Knock thing on there, which there might be, there might not, you never know. But what was the other one? This one. This required 4 moon, and didn't we have something with moon? I thought we had a skill with moon. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just have that. So again, we can put that in. There's 2 of the moon. Is Fet moon? No, that's Moth. What about Trist? Trist is moon. There you go. That would have been 3. We're just missing a moon, and I don't know how we can get a moon memory from somewhere. This is where the more you play it and the more you make your own notes, you'll work out what you need to do in order to be able to get that moon memory. I'm just thinking about it. Let's think about this logically. There is a picture here with the moon on it. So if we just consider that, and I don't want to use my trysts, is this going to give us a moon memory? It probably won't, but just in case it does, that would be quite exciting. What's it giving us? Sight. Lantern. Okay, it's fine. It'll work. But, Tree of Knowledge time. We've got a skill. We've got Lockworks and Clockworks that we haven't assigned. Now, first of all, can we upgrade it? No, because we don't have any lessons. Where can it go? There's only one place it can go. Well, it was Ethastri or Scholicosophy, but because we've already got that in Ethastri, it's going here. So what's this going to get us? It's got Shapt. Shapt is Knock. It's 1 Forge and 2 Knock. Right. Okay, so this requires 4 Knock. And Lockworks and Clockworks. Done. Oh, we're on a roll. We are absolutely on a roll now. It's night time. I don't want to go to bed. I'm reading this book. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So we've unlocked a whole bunch of extra skills. This is a lot more faster progression than my first time sort of experimenting with this game, where it was very slow and I was hitting roadblocks all of the time. It's just a shame that I had that glitch in, what was it, part 2 or part 3, where I forgot to actually read my own book, because that would have unlocked the first skills. Progression then, it obviously felt slower than it was, so thank you for bearing with me through that. Are we going to finish the book before the sun comes up? We are. No, we're not. Because it hasn't. It's doing that whole thing where it's going again. So, I'm still reading the book. I've not slept. It is the next day. But that's where we're going to end it for today. It is a cloudy day we are about to master another book, which is Knock a Gate Flung Wide. We got some good skills now. We got Inks of Revelation at level 2. We got Path and Pilgrim level 1. We got Auroral Contemplations. We've got the skill that we're currently just using, which is the Lockworks and Clockworks. We are about to master a new book, which is Travelling at Night Volume 1. That's going to give us another lesson, which is going to give us another skill. And yeah, and then we've got 3 more rooms on here that we need to work out what kind of assistant we're going to need to unlock these 3 rooms. And also, one thing that we haven't done yet, but we could do, is previously we didn't have anything that Mr. and Mrs. Killy wanted to speak to us about. Do we now? We need Grail and Winter. No. We still don't have anything that they want to speak to us about. We've also got the manual labour at the pub that I should have collected from last time, and that gave us 6pence. Heart, Nectar, Scale. Yeah, we still don't have anything that Mr. and Mrs. Killy are interested in speaking to us about. And, let's not forget, Denzel. The smithy. We need an introduction that's Edge, Forge, or Heart. And we don't have that. So right now, he's not going to speak to us at all. Because we need somebody to introduce us to him who's got that, that, and that. All of this will be revealed in future playthroughs. But for now, we're all done. Thank you very much for watching. As mentioned in other videos, these videos are not sponsored in any way, and all of the advertising revenue goes to charity. So a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. And if you want to support the channel directly, you can do so at patreon.com/gamingrules. Don't worry, if you are a regular viewer of mine, board gaming content will return fairly soon. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you in part 5.